dead of night, quite literally in my case. It is the Singapore Grand Prix. To be honest, the story of qualifying is we are struggling for pace around here. General pace. The upgrade that we've brought here has not been as competitive as I was hoping it would be. And the problem that we have... Yeah, so basically all we've got to do now is just try and, well, A, survive. Because obviously, you know, going through the first DRS, well, the second DRS zone around here, the AI are very aggressive, and over countless races here, I've had numerous incidents, which is really frustrating. So I've got to be careful there, and you know, obviously Singapore street circuit walls. My record around street circuits so far this season, obviously using no flashbacks, has been a little bad.
As the sun sets over the South China Sea, the sport that never sleeps is alert and raring to go. Welcome, under the bright lights of the Marina Bay Circuit, to another Singapore Grand Prix. It's a very long, very physical lap, this one.
And now this is our first race in the flyaways that lead to the end of the season. And it's been quite an interesting season 4. At times it's been quite dominant from us. At other times we've messed up our own, and you know, the AI have ran us very, very close.
As they try to fight their cars around the bumps and in between the barriers. 23 corners take us twice over the bay to complete a single lap of this unique racetrack. The view is spectacular, the heat is unbearable.
How are we going to do here today? We don't know. And I'm really nervous about it.
Is Anthony Davidson. And give us an idea of what kind of thing you're going to be looking out for.
And look at that, the Ferrari on pole. I knew they had an upgrade. They brought a massive upgrade to the Italian Grand Prix, and it just did not work for them. So the fact that, you know, we're here at Singapore, have they refined it? Alonso on pole. I thought Vettel was on pole. I know it's Fernando. So great pole position there from Fernando Alonso. That's lovely to see. Fernando back on pole, where the guy belongs.
This is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Fernando Alonso has a good view of turn 1 from his pole position slot.
Grosjean third, continuing his impressive form this season.
The rest of the grid we have Grosjean, Bottas,
Ricciardo, 6th. I'm 7th, so I'm not that far behind, but oh, I only just got out qualified by Danny.
Button, Gutierrez, Felipe Massa, and Raikkonen, Magnussen, Wehrlein, Jolyon Palmer, and Carlos Sainz, Haryanto, and Kvyat, Marcus Ericsson, and Felipe Nasser starts from the back of the
It's sad to see that
grid.
Manor are slowly falling back into their old ways.
Let's head down to the track.
But here we go, a completely dry race. So it'll be interesting to see what happens around this race here today. Around the race of Singapore. Let's get it started, shall we? With the McLaren of Alonso. Let's go. So I feel like being on the slicker purple tyre is probably our best way to go so far today. I think that's because, you know, we don't have much pace on the slower tyres, which is a little concerning. So I may need to go aggressive. I mean, obviously I'll do whatever the team tells me to. I mean, there's not that... tyre wear is not so much of an issue around here. So I've got that on my side, the fact that tyre wear is not really an issue around here, but like I say, we just need to be careful. We can't risk silly moves, we can't outbrake ourselves, and we have to be wary of AI going through that section that we've just gone through, especially when they've got DRS, because they really do not know how to avoid you through there. So guys, if I crash and whatnot, I have to live with it. The only times I'm using flashbacks at the minute is for penalties, you know, like corner cuts, because at the end of the day, I'm not having a bloody corner cut warning for anything. But I've stopped using it for incidents with cars, so that has made this season a lot more interesting for me. So we're going to be massively underfueled, so we're going to have a lot of pace at the early stage of this Grand Prix. It's just up to us whether we can utilise it. Both our championship rivals around us, Ricciardo in front of us, Rosberg next to us. You've got Hamilton just behind as well, so you've got him that can cause havoc as well. So it's going to be an interesting start to the Grand Prix. The Mercedes are obviously going to want to get through the field as quick as we can. I don't know the pace Ricciardo's going to show, so that's going to be an interesting one. Here we go, the lights are going. We're at 5 lights at Singapore. It's go at Singapore. Ooh, Ricciardo's bogged down a little bit. Grosjean's had a bad start, he's already lost out to Bottas. Fernando gets a lovely start. We've got in front of Ricciardo and Perez, which was vital for us really. Bit cautious through there, understandably so. Don't want to cause any accidents and whatnot. That's Grosjean dealt with. So now we're up to Bottas. How's Danny doing? He's still behind Perez. So 4th position at coming towards the end of lap 1. Can we pick a position off Bottas? Too far back to do a dive bomb. So we have brought an upgrade here this weekend, a small little aero improvement, but it's not really worked, which is disappointing, especially around here, a track where, you know, Red Bull have been strong in the past. Show Bottas our intent there, frightened him off the road, and we are there. Up into 3rd now, chasing Sebastian Vettel. Oh, we've run wide there. Sixty-one laps round here on this 1 minute 40 odd circuit. So again, it's another long whole circuit, just like Spa. We all know what happened there. Oof. Definitely feel like we're all over the place at the minute. Very nervous in this early stage of the Grand Prix, taking things very cautiously. We've made a few banzai moves to get where we are. But all, you know, saying that, I'd be wary about the walls. I can't afford to knock a end plate off or anything, because if that's so, that's my race done. Oh, we got a lovely run on Vettel there. Beautiful run coming off the final corner. We just breezed past him down the straight, and that's without DRS. DRS activated this lap, so Vettel's going to get the beauty of that now. Moves to be made now. Yep, corner cut there, quite clearly. Turned in far too early. We are gaining on Fernando, so that's a plus. We just, like I said, just got to be wary. Can't be too aggressive. Fernando showing great pace at this stage of the Grand Prix. Well, I survived longer here than I did on the Haas co-op career that I'm doing with Positively Glad. I'll leave a link to his channel on the description down below when I upload this. Started 7th, guys, lap 4, and we are chasing Fernando Alonso for the lead of this Grand Prix, but we haven't got the pace to maintain this form at the minute. I don't believe we have anyway. Obviously, when the new game comes out, guys, obviously my focus will be on that, but at the same time I will keep trying to bring you this series on here as well, because obviously I want to get this season completed. Well, not this season, the whole career, should I say. Once again, race pace looking a lot better than it did in quali. Are we going to get DRS on Fernando? Looks that way. We have got DRS. Don't want to make a lunge or anything. If we're going to make a move, it has to be right. Alonso does like the track round here. He's usually done really well round here. I think he won. He obviously won the first race here in 2008 under acrimonious circumstances after a crash gate involving his teammate at the time, Nelson Piquet Jr. being told to crash to bring out the safety car, which, you know, effectively ended Flavio Briatore's involvement in F1 as a team boss anyway. There we go. Once again, just much better pace coming off that final corner. Yeah, I do seem a bit weak there. Felt like we've got good traction off there to keep back Alonso whilst we come up here. I think Alonso was on course to win in 2009, but was ultimately beaten by Hamilton's McLaren. He won here for Ferrari in 2010. I think so. I think he won here for Ferrari in 2010. That's... I know Red Bull have got a fantastic record round here, so who am I to, you know, deny them a chance to continue that record? So next we've got Malaysia. It's a track I do love, especially on this game. Definitely suits my driving style, but the tyre wear around there is atrocious, so that is a hindrance. But Austria, and we came out on top on that. Tyre wear, we're on 29, we're on 34%, should I say, on the front left. It's the front left that gets a pounding, front right that gets a pounding, sorry, around here. We're only 6.7 seconds in front of Ricciardo, so Ricciardo's not that far away, just stuck in traffic. We've broken the DRS on Fernando, which is good. That's what we want. Definitely looks like Red Bull have gone for the aggressive strategy around here. Tell you what, when I hit that accelerator going through the old Singapore, well, it used to be the Singapore sling, didn't it? Used to bounce across the curbs there. Now you've just got to avoid the barrier. I used to love that corner so much. Now I fear it. So the hope is we can clinch the titles by about America. That's what I'm hoping. But obviously we don't know what race is going to turn out like. I mean, here you've got walls. Malaysia, you've got tyre wear that could be an issue. Japan, I have a tendency of going off in the first sector, so I reckon that's going to hamper me hugely. I don't know, it's going to be an interesting end to the season. I mean, the tracks I love, but the tracks where I also make mistakes on. Oh, it just feels so nice when you get when you hook it up round there. It just feels so nice. And Vettel is holding up a load of them. Oh, Hamilton's out. Hamilton's out. So Rosberg's hope of having some help in the championship has gone. Where is Hamilton? Is it an engine failure for the Mercedes driver? I mean, let's not forget, it is absolutely humid around here, so the engines do take a pounding, and his engine blows up right at the place where Michael Schumacher had that huge crash in 2012. We've got a virtual safety car. Keep it in green because obviously we want, as soon as the safety car starts ending, we can get going again. Here we go. Oh, there's Hamilton, you can see him on the left. No, 44% on that tyre, so like I said, they were looking at around about lap 10 to bring me in. So I'm going to refuse that. I'm going to want to go as long as possible. I believe lap 15 could be the time we pit. Quite wide there. Hamilton has had an atrocious season, he really has. He's had 2 trips in the air in Russia and in Hungary. Not Hungary, yeah, Hungary it was. And he's had a couple of engine failures as well. Well, not just engine failures, he had a puncture as well in Germany, which cost him a victory. I feel like the tyres are going off now. Grosjean's in 3rd. Grosjean's got in front of Vettel. Now, is that because Vettel's pitted? There's the blue line, so they are expecting me in, but I'm not going in. 50%. I've got 20% left on these tyres. For me, it is always about extending the stint as long as you can. I mean, sometimes I can't do it, other times I can. And for once I'm at Singapore and there's been no rain. I mean, we had rain in the first practice qualifying session and that was a little strange. We struggled there. I think Ricciardo actually beat me in the rain, so no surprise there after his form this season. Looks like we're still pulling away, 5.3, so far so good. It is just a case of just keep going around. So not too bad. Alonso's pitted. Alonso's gone for the undercut. Ricciardo's now up into third as well. Ricciardo does tend to use his strategies really well. So I'm hoping for more of the same here today. Looks like he's got some sort of pace, even if he does get stuck behind traffic. Steering went a bit wide there, did not like that one bit. You see the graining now on the tyres, so the tyres are going off. Let's keep it on there now so we can keep an eye on it. So Ricciardo's pitted. Vettel does the fastest lap on 1:44.7. Our fastest lap at the minute is a 1:45.1. So the question is, the guys that are pitted, how much of an undercut will they get on me? Because I'm dragging this stint out quite a bit. So that just comes back to my advantage when I come out. I'm going back onto the Ultras, especially considering I've done 13 laps on them. strategy what will help me win the race today. Oh, Jensen's out. Sorry, I had to make sure I got round that corner. So, the second Brit to retire from this race. It's behind Massa. And the Honda engine lets go. Hard to say how well Jensen was doing because obviously, you know, a lot of the guys have pitted, so Rosberg into third place at the minute. I don't believe he. We're all doing quite nicely at the minute. We're just doing our own thing. I'll get on the little straight just around this corner, and I'll see how far Grosjean is behind me. Here we go. Driver behind. Interesting, Jeff's not coming through my headset. Definitely next lap or two we'll be pitting. Grosjean is reeling me in. Well, it's going to be nice to be on fresh tyres again. Gutierrez in third now on the super soft tyres. Ah, Grosjean's pitted. Debating whether I need to pit this lap or whether I go on for another. Nah, I think I'll go around for another lap. Right, here we go, squeaky bum time now as we go around this lap. So we'll be definitely pitting this lap, that's for sure. There's absolutely no reason to continue anymore. These tyres have had it 16 laps, so hopefully I can get the next set to about lap 32, 33. does look like Roxburgh is considerably quicker than me at this minute in time, so it's a little disappointing. We're both on similarly worn tyres. We're in the pits. Gutierrez coming around the final corner. I'm guessing that'll be Alonso with him. Oh no, it's Palmer. Alonso's just coming around the final corner now. So I'm trying not to go over the white line, so I've got to be really careful. Come out right in front of Vettel, so Vettel has done really well in closing down Alonso during the course of this stint, but now we are on the fresh tyres. We can go after these guys now. Or can we? That's the question. There's no guarantee that it could be a tyre imbalance for all I know. I'm trying to pull away from Vettel. It's a question of just whether we can at this minute in time. With the freshness of our tyres as well, this is going to play brilliantly into our hands. At the minute we've just got so much more grip than Fernando. We've got away from Vettel as well now. I've only just noticed that actually. Minute we're getting the moves done when we need to. This is absolute key for this Grand Prix. It's a bit too close to my liking there. So I weren't quite sure where Gutierrez started, so it'll be interesting to see how long he goes on these tyres. That will help me out to figure out what I'm doing on my next strategy. Because obviously I'm pitting around about lap 32, which means there will be, well, less than 30 laps remaining, about 29 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. So, if that's the case, probably more than likely I will be going on to another set of ultras. Oh, there's another yellow flag. Looks like an incident back there. I'm going to join on Rosberg because I have a feeling it may be him. Cars clustered up together. Toro Rosso. Oh! Oh, it's the Force India! Spins round like a bottle top. Perez trying to go for the move. We've seen that happen before. That's what I'm worried about when I'm fighting AI round there. And that's the first time I've seen it this race. So it took 19 laps for that to happen. Now we're up right behind Gutierrez. Feel the dirty air straight away. Oh, ooh, we've got, at this stage, we'll have considerably more grip than him. That's a buffer between ourselves and Fernando Alonso. Been a very scruffy end to this lap. Well, we're clearly out DRS range now, which is brilliant for us. We can just carry on with our thing. What's been one thing that's been annoying this season is that I've not yet been offered the #1 drive at Red Bull. Still Daniel Ricciardo, which is slightly annoying considering, you know, we're comfortably ahead in the championship. I think due to a lack of consistency in qualifying and a few outings in the race, it's really hampered us regarding our driver position at the team. Gutierrez has fallen back so much. Right, so Gutierrez has got 21 laps done on them, well, 20 laps done on them tyres, so we'll be pitting for the Ultras next time round. No, Gutierrez is still on track, it's just Alonso's made a move on him. Interesting, I thought. Oh. Just look how much Gutierrez has held him up though. We've just streaked away from Fernando. I mean, let's not forget, we're also on much fresher tyres. Can't do that. Otherwise, we risk losing a wheel or at least a winglet. does feel so smooth, this track. It is a great, like I said, if you dialed up round here, it is so lovely to drive, it really is.
Distance to teammate 15.1 seconds.
15.1 seconds to Daniel Ricciardo. Alright, so Gutierrez is now finally pitted. Felt like I got understeer going through that a little bit then. The car felt like it just wanted to go towards the wall. Obviously this race here, guys, was a pivotal moment in ESR, esports racing history. I mean, at the time we were WOR, you know, World Online Racing, and after this race it basically, due to a couple of incidents, we basically split ties after this race. It was a shame. I mean, we for the sake of the championship, it was a good thing, but that wasn't the cause of it. You know, we respected how fast the guy who was leading was. We just let him get on with it. But the behaviour of some of the members we had at the time, it was sad to see. It really was. And in the end, we split, and we went with the way of esports racing. And since then, you know, we've had, you know, some of the best racing I've ever seen online. You know, and all the best to the guys at, you know, WOR. You know, I hope they, you know, have a successful league. Just wasn't meant to be. Starting to get a bit nervous around there now. Right, Vettel's pitted once again. So the pit stops are starting to happen again. Grosjean is now back in third. So we've got a much bigger gap over Fernando Alonso. Alonso will be pitting within the next couple of laps because he did pit quite early on last time as well. We went to lap 16 before we pitted on the Ultra, so we're going hopefully to lap 32 this time round, but obviously we'll see. You know what, I think with the strategy they're running, Alonso's pitted, yeah. I think with the strategy, Grosjean's going to pip Alonso. Gutierrez is back in third place. This is a fantastic drive from the Haas driver. The guy I replaced last season. Well, not last season, it was the season before as well, halfway through season 2. So he's been away from Formula 1 for another year and a half. Oh, Ricciardo's on the super soft, so Ricciardo's just past Gutierrez. So Ricciardo's going very deep into this race now. I reckon he'll be going to about lap... Let's see, if I'm going to about lap 40, I reckon. But he also has been on them tyres for quite a while, so I'm surprised that Gutierrez has lost position, because he would have been on much fresher super softs. Maybe a superior pace of Ricciardo around here is finally starting to show.
Conditions should remain dry. We will give you
Just have a look.
page
3:18, so just keeping a short eye on the fuel. So if we have to run in lean at some point, we shall. Nice little entrance through there, that felt really nice. I honestly don't think Grosjean's enjoying these sets of ultras, because either that or he's got wing damage. Because he is dropping off quite a bit, and he was closing on me during the first stint, so what's happened? What's gone on there? And for once around a street circuit we've showed blistering pace. I mean, yes, we were retired from the lead in both Monaco and Baku. So it'll be a shame for that to happen here today, considering how good we've looked. I mean, we started 7th. We had a really good start. We were quite cagey at the beginning, making our way through the field. But I've got my eye on Ricciardo. I'm looking to see what he's going to do. I've still got another 2 stops left in this race. Thank you for tuning in, guys. If you like what you're seeing, give us a follow and share us as well. I'm trying to get my name out there a little bit. Obviously, you know, Saturday night you guys could be getting pissed, you know, in a pub or whatever. So thank you for joining in. The story of this race so far is we started 7th and we've worked our way through the field to 1st, and then it was a case of just maintaining position, and that's exactly what we've done. Other drivers have pitted much earlier on the ultras than I have. There are some drivers that pitted before lap 10. Oh, bloody hell, why have we done that? And like I said, if you want to say anything, put it in the chat, guys. Lap 27 out of 61 now, and as long as we keep it out the wall, we are looking good. I think last season I struggled around here so much to a point where I think I got 9th round here actually last season. We were leading for a good we were leading a good portion of the race. And it was just a shame that during the second half of the race, the car, I couldn't slow down for the corners. Ooh. That was not the best of laps from us.
So the gap to our teammate is 22.3 seconds.
I think little by little, Ricciardo is catching Grosjean. So a Red Bull 1-2 could be a distinct possibility here today. But I honestly think at this rate, Ricciardo's going to finish 4th. Grosjean's going to pip Alonso to 2nd, and obviously Alonso's going to be 3rd. You know, providing I don't crash out either. Look at tyre wear now, 44%. It's looking really good. Might be able to stretch this stint out, you know. If I can get to I mean, I doubt I can get to lap 41, but if I can, then I'll just put the supers on and we'll go to the end. Marbles on the tyres, and Grosjean has pitted. Ricciardo is now up into 2nd, so Ricciardo will try and walk towards me. Rosberg has only just got to 3rd place. Rosberg's championship charge is failing. He did go longer than me though on the ultras, so will he drag it out? There have been just some races this season that we have just absolutely blitzed, and I did not expect this after practice and qualifying to be one of them. An hour gone on this stream now, and I can see a back marker, so no doubt it's probably a Sauber or Sergio Perez after his incident. pace is definitely gone from these tyres, that's for sure. But might be able to get these to about lap 65. I was going to pit lap 65, lap 35. I was going to pit around about lap 32, but the tyres look that good that, you know, pitting then will be absolutely useless. I mean, I know the super softs can go 20 laps because Gutierrez did that. But can I get them to last longer? I don't know, so I don't really want to risk it. Look at that, we're basically on the DRS section, and Ricciardo is just coming up to the start-finish straight. That is how much of a gap we've got over the rest of the field. Halfway through this race now, guys, and we're leading by 22.6 seconds in front of Danny. Go 56%. We're lapping some 2.5 seconds off the pace at the minute. We have done for a while. Alright, obviously I can't hear Jeff from my headset, so I have heard just through the stream that someone's going to be slow. I have no idea who it is though. And surprise, surprise, it's a Sauber.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try a new one?
So look down that tyre, we're right. We're going to keep that up now because obviously it's on 59% now.
Conditions still not dry for. We will update you if the outlook changes.
So I'm going to stick with the strategy that the team have given me. So I feel like that is probably the best one for me to do at the minute.
There is now
Surprising that the left front gets the most pounding round here.
way off our fuel strategy. We need to change to lower fuel mix as soon as possible.
2 retirements so far, guys. We've had Hamilton retire and we've had Button retire. Come on, Nazza. Give me a bit of a fight here. Doesn't want to let me through. There we go. Now he lets me through. What's he doing? It'll be the first time this week we've seen back markers getting away the leader. Ricardo is clearly catching me now, but obviously I'm not really that worried. Probably am going to go for another lap again, so it'll be lap 35 that we're pitting, which means there'll be 26 laps this Grand Prix left. There is a really high possibility I could go to the end on the Supers, but I don't know whether that would be the right decision.
Considering switching to an alternate strategy, do you want to change or stick to plan?
Right, he suggested the Supers, so I'm going to put on the Supers. Danny continues for another lap. Nico Rosberg pits, however. Or was it Rosberg? I don't know.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to
He does.
Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one?
So we went quite wide there, so we just had to be careful. Lift off slightly, just coast. Just make it round. We don't want to risk losing a front wing or anything, even though the car is feeling ridiculous at the minute. So we know we're pitting this lap. We're putting the Supers on. So I think Jeff reckons we can get those to the end of the race. I hope so. Surprised that, I mean, guessing Alonso will have to make another stop at the end. I'm not sure. So I'm wondering whether Grosjean's done a similar thing and put on the Supers as well, because I thought Grosjean would have had him. There we go, guys. It's hopefully our final pit stop now.
Release.
Ricciardo continues for another lap, so Ricciardo will take the lead. Alonso just coming round the final corner. We haven't got that big of a gap. How are we doing? 2:04. Should be able to get that back. See whether we've got the pace on Alonso now. I mean, like I said, we've been on these tyres much. Why did I turn in that early? So who's chasing Alonso? Is it Grosjean? Is it Vettel?
Engine is looking a little cool on that corner. I'm going to be honest there as well.
Engine showing signs of wear. So considering Alonso is not that far behind us, we don't really want to hear that. Ricciardo will have to pit soon, surely. He pits this lap.
Daniel is in the pits. The gap behind us is 5
5.5 seconds between ourselves, and it's Grosjean who's chasing him. So Grosjean's got in front of Vettel. Really good strike. I tell you what, this second half of the season, I've absolutely loved the pace of the Haas car. Ricciardo comes out in 5th position. Ricciardo will probably put on supers again and go to the end of the Grand Prix. It is interesting who's going to finish on the podium for this race. It really is. I can't tell how it's going to go. I mean, our constructors' chances are looking strong because Rosberg's quite a way down the field. Ricciardo is up there at least, and he has a chance of finishing on the podium, which means high points for us.
Our gap to our teammate is 18.8 seconds.
Yeah, judging from that, we're 18 point odd seconds in front. Once again, I do feel a definitive lack of pace on these tyres, but I think because of obviously the freshness that we have, we can cover Alonso, Grosjean, Vettel, Ricciardo. And obviously, guys, come midnight on the Wednesday that, well, it won't be Wednesday. well, whenever F1 2017 comes out on the 25th, as soon as it's midnight, I will be on that game on F1 2017. Hopefully I'll bring you a stream, could be a little multiplayer race, it could be the beginning of the career. One thing I definitely want to do to you guys as well on that game, you know, pretty much from the off, is stream Monaco at night. Now obviously I know I'm not going to be the only one who's going to be doing that, but it is what I want to do, and I think it's going to be brilliant. Ooh, I have to back out of that one. So we've seen leaders get taken out by backmarkers before. We've seen it in league racing this week at eSports on a Tuesday race in Canada, where Confident Grub got a bit flustered with the leader behind him and ended up turning into him, losing Forrester a piece of his wing. Obviously, let's not forget various other incidents. I think the most notable one for me is Brazil 2001. Montoya leading his first Grand Prix. Well, not his first Grand Prix, but he's leading for the first time in his F1 career, and he actually gets taken out by Jos Verstappen in the Arrows. When I remember watching that race, and it was just such a shame. I mean, he was leading so well, then just Jos comes up behind him and knocks him off. Nine seconds in front of Fernando now, so he pulled away quite nicely. Oh, hello, there's a Sauber come out the pits on brand new tyres. Can't believe how bad the Saubers are in this game. It's a joke. And yet, F1 2017, that's the team I want to start off at. Oh, that's my fastest lap gone.
Some information on that, so it seems they're fixing the lap was getting back up to speed.
That's the problem with coming up behind traffic around here. You can so easily get caught out. Look at that, the next lap car is so far up the field. Lap 41 out of 61, we've got 20 laps to go at this Singapore Grand Prix, and it's been pretty much a procession for us here. As soon as we gained the lead, we pulled away. We came out third behind Gutierrez and Fernando Alonso at the end of the first pit stops. We dealt with them quite nicely. and basically just pulled off into the distance again. And basically, as we came out of the pits for our second stop, we just came out about 2 seconds in front of Fernando. Car showing good pace now. I feel like these super softs have kicked in now. Grosjean 1.8 seconds behind Fernando Alonso. He's ever closing. And lastly, guys, if you want to see me in more action, you can see me racing with the Esports Racing League on Tuesday nights at 9:30, live streamed by Mustafa Shag. That's Mustafa with a T, that's a PH. And like I said, we're at Baku, the track of, well, death, really. The amount of times I've died around there is ridiculous. Yeah, that was clear, blatant penalty. Yeah, and so basically we, well, I'm nervous. I've never survived around there. I think I didn't even last a lap last season. I'll be driving I'm driving the McLaren Honda for the Tuesday at 9:30. It's my second season in the McLaren after the live draw put me back in there. I was quite happy about, because it meant not having to get used to a new car. Alonso's pitted! Alonso's pitted, which meant... as Ricardo called this. I don't think Grosjean will be pitting again. So if Ricardo wants second place, he needs to go after Grosjean. McLaren have shot themselves in the foot here with the aggressive strategy here today. It's not worked for them. .15 seconds in front of Grosjean. Ricardo's 3.8 seconds behind now, so he is closing down. Red Bull possibly on course for a third 1-2 of the season. Fernando Alonso, guys, the aggressive strategy has not worked for McLaren, and he's pitted, and he has fallen down to... oh, there's a yellow flag. Why is there a yellow flag? Vettel is out! Vettel is out of the race! Oh, Ferrari just have had no luck in this season whatsoever. Let's have a look. Does he go for a move, or does his engine go? Oh, he goes round the corner. His engine says enough's enough, and he pulls off quite sensibly into the runoff area there. But will it bring out a VSC? Will it bring out a safety car? Well, no, my luck, it might bring out a safety car. No, it's a VSC.
Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta.
We're in lean now as well. Going to try and save as much fuel as we can. Don't have to worry about it later on in the race.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
There we go, guys. Virtual safety car ended. We are away once again. Knock it back up to standard now. We've got -1 lap of fuel, so we've got enough time to recover that, I reckon, but I'll be keeping an eye on it. If you like what you're seeing, guys, give us a like, give us a follow, and no doubt you'll receive more F1 content as the days go by. Like I say, I want to make a name for myself. I want to get out there. I want to give you guys, you know, so much more enjoyable videos. I've enjoyed doing this so far, this whole season. You know, if you want to find me on YouTube, it's Raratron89 as well. Ricciardo, 2.6 seconds behind Grosjean. I'm keeping an eye on that gap so much. There's been a couple of times this season though where Ricciardo has looked good to finish really well, and his engine has gone on him with not long left in the race. Austria was a prime example. He was running second, and his engine went with like 10 laps to go. It was such a shame.
If the situation changes, we'll let you know.
Yep, no, absolutely no chance of rain this race, guys. It was just clear skies throughout. Look at that. If you look on the mini-map, you can see the yellow dot of Daniel Ricciardo getting ever closer to the Haas of Romain Grosjean. He's quite clearly the quicker car anyway. "15 laps to go." And the story of this season, guys, is basically what's happened is that we had a bit of a jittery start. We got third in Melbourne. We were running in the lead for a bit, and then Ricciardo got past us at the pit stops. He then, you know, pulled away. You know, we were just not able to do anything about him. We were battling, basically, at the end of the race, we were battling the two Renaults, and one of them made a move on me on the final lap, going into the quick left-right at the beginning of the final sector, and yeah, clipped me. I lost a part of my wing, and I just had to spend the rest of the race holding back, well, the few corners remaining, holding back his teammate. So, you know, that was disappointing. That also denied a Red Bull 1-2 as well, which was slightly frustrating. But then obviously Bahrain, we came home to win. China, we came home to win. Russia was another example of where, you know, if we get involved in incidents, it's going to affect us. And that's exactly what happened as we lost battling Palmer and Alonso. Alonso hits us, and we lose part of our front wing. It goes yellow, and basically I decided not to pit, just to battle it out, and I came home third to finish behind Palmer and Alonso. Spain, it was a topsy-turvy race once again. I had yet again another incident with I think again it was Alonso, and I had to pit quite early on for a new front wing, and basically what happened was we were looking good. We were working our way through the field. A safety car came out later on in the race, which helped us even more. And yeah, we were running in second on the final lap, trying to defend from Hamilton, and he basically sideswiped us, knocked us out. We hit the wall at such force it caused us to retire. Monaco, I crashed out at the beginning of lap 2, I think it was. And then obviously we went to Canada, where we won. Baku, we crashed out on lap 6. Then after that, we got our act together. Oh, we had Austria. We had Austria, Britain, Germany, Hungary, all tracks where we won. We crashed out in Belgium, came back with a dominant win in Italy, and then we've come here today looking quite on the back foot after practice of qualifying, because it looked like we didn't have much pace, but clearly our race pace was so much better than we anticipated. And I haven't noticed, guys, Ricciardo is second. Red Bull 1-2, that's exactly what we need. Ricciardo pulling away now. He was 2 tenths ahead of Grosjean before. He's now 8 tenths. So Grosjean managing to stay within DRS at the minute, but I think due to the lack of pace in his tyres, he's not really able to do much. Just at the minute, the raw speed of this Red Bull is just so overpowering at the minute. prefer going into that corner where I can at least clip the apex. Second time penalty for going ridiculously wide. I mean, I did keep the throttle down, so I fully understand why. Now this is where Ricciardo, with his fresher tyres, will start eating into my lead. But with 11 laps to go, I've got 18 seconds on him. So just need to not really focus on it, get on with my own race. I mean, I very much doubt he'll catch me. So we've got so much clear air now. Too close to that wall. .3 the second gap now Ricciardo has over Grosjean. We've just got 10 laps to go now. Been a fantastic race this for our team. Ardo siving his way through the field. I had to do myself earlier on and bolt whilst my tyres were still fresh. It's worked a treat here today. Look at that, Gutierrez does a 1:43 and it's quicker than my time. I'm not getting anywhere near that. So tired right now, guys. I really am. I can feel my eyes struggling to stay open, but I've got 10 laps left of this Grand Prix. I mean, it's 2 AM here whilst I'm recording this. So it's probably not going to be streamed tomorrow night, guys. Basically tomorrow night will be all about getting practice and whatnot done, and Monday night we will continue with the Malaysian Grand Prix.
Okay, so information on Raikkonen. They're speeding up again. Sainz with their
Raikkonen speeding up against a Ferrari, once again having engine issues just like they did in Monza. So once again having issues with the power plant. 16.4 seconds, so Ricciardo is catching me, but it's too little too late for the Australian. %. Hello, Daniel Kvyat. Another driver I put a lap on. So far, it's him and the two Saubers. Wehrlein does a 43.0. Only 14 seconds ahead of Ricciardo. I'm starting to get a little worried now. Like I say, I doubt he'll catch me, but like I say, it's just a little cause for concern at the minute. You know what's interesting, guys? Daniel Kvyat staying with me. Oh, I really don't like this. Ricciardo driving like a man on a mission. Right, Professor just let go. Yes, we're going to lose time to Ricciardo, and me and Ricciardo, possibly. Yes, he's just turning on the same straight I am as I'm turning off it. Couldn't risk Kvyat taking me out somewhere, so I had to let him through. .9 seconds. I believe the Toro Rosso is quicker than outright pace as well.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. So I get 12 meters. 0.6 seconds.
9.6 seconds, the gap between ourselves and Ricciardo with 4 laps to go. So, gap's a bit closer than I thought it would have been, but I'm pretty confident I've still got this covered. I mean, it's definitely been a cause for concern. That was scary there, guys. I could see myself drifting towards that barrier.
dry for a while. We will update you if the outlook changes.
So the lack of pace that was shown in practice and quality definitely seems to have resurfaced itself on these tyres.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Really don't like how this gap's just going down and down and down. He's pushing me. Daniel Ricciardo me. I can't relax. I wanted to relax for these last few laps, but I haven't been able to. Just tuning in, guys. Lap 59 out of 61. The story is Ricciardo has been catching me by over half a second a lap, and it feels like he's giving me a run for my money. I think I've just got enough to hold him off, but I'm not ruling anything out. As we start the penultimate lap.
The teammate is 6.2 seconds.
6.2 seconds is the gap between ourselves and Ricciardo. 1 point, guys, it was about 15 seconds.
2 laps of fuel remaining.
These are much fresher super softs as well, should I mention. I've been on mine since lap 35. He put his on around about lap 40. If you're just commenting, guys, when I get on the straight, I will have a look and see what you said. Hey, Greeno. I'm using a controller, mate. Controller. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. I hope you like what you see. Do drop us a follow, buddy. It's been a hard Grand Prix, this, with no shadow of a doubt. I have not expected Ricciardo, because basically Ricciardo started 6th, I started 7th, and Ricciardo just you know, when he's had fresh air, it must have been faster than me throughout the whole of this race. There's Ricciardo coming around the final corner now. 4.7 seconds. I don't think it's quite enough, but he's there. Start this final lap. .7 seconds between ourselves and Daniel Ricciardo. There he is, just coming around that corner on this final lap. What a drive from the Australian. He has absolutely reeled me in. He's not allowed me to let up at all.
There's only one more fuel.
Providing nothing happens to us, guys, we're looking like we can get a third Red Bull 1-2 of the season. There's Danny, clear as day. As we come through the bridge, round. Trying to make sure I stay away from the walls as we round the final corner. And it's a win at Singapore, but it's not been easy. It has been nowhere near easy. Oh my word. Oh, my elbows are killing me.
Anthony, what do you think made the difference?
What do you race, Greeny? Are you on a wheel? Do you race Xbox, PC, PS4?
Maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race
Fernando, 4th place, will be very disappointed with that after starting from pole. There we go. Grosjean once again grabbing a podium for the Haas team. It's been a brilliant second half of the season for the American outfit.
Lift the winner's trophy.
Ah, are you interested in league racing, Greeny? See, I'll go through everything once I've gone through the championship standings. But there we go, guys. That is the Singapore Grand Prix. It's a Red Bull 1-2. Thank you very much. Grosjean 3rd, Alonso 4th, my title rival Rosberg 5th, Hulkenberg 6th, Gutierrez 7th. We've got Palmer in 8th, Bottas 9th and Massa in 10th. The rest of the positions goes Perez, Raikkonen, Verline, Haryanto, Sainz, Magnussen, Kvyat, and then Ericsson and Nasser a lap down. Your retirements, Sebastian Vettel, Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton. So we extend our championship lead now, going into Malaysia, to 99 points in front of Daniel Ricciardo, who has just moved up to 2nd place now. After that brilliant drive to 2nd place here, he has moved 2 points ahead of Nico Rosberg, who yet again has found himself languishing sort of in the mid top 10, which is not really where he wants to be. He needs to be, you know, challenging me for wins. Hamilton stays 4th. Alonso moves up to 5th in front of Vettel. After yet again another retirement for the Ferrari driver. Grosjean 7th, doing fantastic for Haas and only 2 points behind Vettel. Palmer 8th, Button 9th, Hulkenberg 10th, Raikkonen a miserable 11th. Perez 12th, Magnussen 13th, Haryanto 14th, Massa 15th, Bottas 16th, Verline 17th, Gutierrez 18th, Sainz 19th, Kvyat 20th, and then we have the rest of the guys that have not yet scored. We look at constructors now. We have 137 points in front of Mercedes. It has been a brilliant season for us in the constructors. I've yet to win it, even season 4, and I've yet to win the constructors. First season we was at Manor, and then first half of the second season we were at Manor. Then we moved over to Haas. Somehow we still managed to win the championship in the Haas, even though it was absolutely poor. And then obviously we spent the third season at Haas, which was great, seeing the car get upgraded bit by bit. We moved to Red Bull, and obviously this is the most, this is the best chance we've got of actually trying to win the Constructors' Championship. McLaren 3rd, Ferrari 4th, Renault 5th, Haas moves up to 6th in front of Force India, Williams move up to 8th in front of Manor, who basically continue their plight because they've upgraded their car fully. They can't do anything else, which is such a shame. But there you go, guys. That's been today's Grand Prix. Drop us a like, drop us a follow if you like what you see, and obviously, if you want to see, if you want to, even get to race with me, add me on the Xbox, ESR, Forza Rara. If you want to follow me on Twitch, follow me on YouTube, Raratron89. Basically, Tuesday nights I also race the eSports Racing League at 9:30, which is live streamed if you want to watch by Mustafa Shag. That's Mustafa with a T, not a PH. We also have 2 other leagues as well, guys. It's basically 100% on Saturday at 2:30 with full quali, full race, strict rules. Can I just add? We always run with strict rules. And Sunday, at the minute, they're doing double headers till we get to the new game. That is again a short quali, 50%. And to be honest, it's the performance league on Sundays, which means like the quickest drivers will be in the slowest cars, the slowest drivers will be in the fastest cars, and it's brought up some interesting results. But there we go. That has been today. So guys, like I say, if you've liked what you've seen, get in contact with me, and we'll see what we can do. And obviously, I will bring you the Malaysian Grand Prix Monday night, because I do not think I'll be able to get a stream out tomorrow. So if you want to stay tuned, tune in then. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your night, or your morning, depending on whenever you're watching this. But thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. Take care, and we'll see you very soon. This is Raratron89, signing out. And before I actually go, guys, just go another quick thing. Basically, if you want to watch anything from the Esports Racing League, so you can see what we get up to, find us on YouTube. Find us on YouTube, Esports Racing League, and there you'll see basically what we get up to. And hopefully, if you're on the Xbox and you apply the right way, we'll see you very soon. Again, good night, guys. And it's like 2:20. I am knackered. I'm going to bed.